Greetings, builders and friends. Originally, I planned to build just the Roman Domus, the home of the wealthy, a simple and interesting idea. But somehow, this turned into a bit larger of a project. We ended up with a small Roman town. So let's take a walk through the city and see what stories it has to tell. We begin with the bathhouse, an essential part of Roman life. These weren't just places to wash, they were social hubs where people discussed politics, made business deals, and exchanged the latest gossip. Some also believed that certain baths had divine blessings, their waters infused with healing properties. This bathhouse has a changing area, a hot bath, and a cold bath. Following the Roman tradition of gradually cooling down after a long soak, I also added a boiler room where they could heat up the water. With the proper bathhouse in place, I needed water. Enter the aqueduct, a scaled-down version of it at least, bringing fresh water into the city. The Romans were masters of engineering, and aqueducts allowed them to build sprawling settlements. This one ensures our bathhouse, gardens, and fountains stay functional. Next, I built an apartment block with small shops on the ground floor. In ancient Rome, these lower floor shops, called taberne, were vital to daily life, providing food and goods to the locals. Above them, small apartments serve as homes for the city's residents. The bakery is stocked with fresh bread, straight from the oven. From there, more houses begin appearing, some smaller, some larger. A modest home near the bathhouse, another tucked in a corner here. The homes we build are simple but functional, each one a bit different, shaped by the people who live inside. These are the homes of farmers, merchants, and workers. Some are more furnished than the others, but each one has its own details. I also made a tiny little park. The Romans valued beauty in everyday life, and even simple corners of the city often featured ponds, benches, and statues. Standing tall in the center of the city was usually the temple, dedicated to the gods. In our case, it's not really in the center. Hopefully, it can still be considered a temple. Anyway, Roman temples were not places of congregation like modern churches. Instead, they housed statues of deities, usually gods of fortune, war, or the harvest, and priests performed rituals here. Next to the temple, we built a small farm that will provide food for the town. Because of course, no Roman town would be complete without a farm. The farm has 3 simple homes, a pig pen, a vegetable garden, and a simple shed. I also included pumpkins and cabbages, though the Romans relied more on wheat, olives, and grapes. Sometimes you work with what you have. The farm also features an orchard. They grow olives here. Finally, we reach the Grand Domus, a home built to impress. In Roman society, wealth wasn't just about having money, it was about how you showed it. At the entrance, we have 2 tabernas that welcome our visitors. On one side, a shop that sells everything from fresh produce to fabrics, tools, seeds, and even firewood. While on the other side, we have a tavern offering warm meals and a place to gather. Going inside, the house is arranged carefully. The first section holds 2 small bedrooms, a study with a simple bookshelf, a cozy kitchen with its own pantry, a dining room, a lobby, and a small corner with even more books. These rooms surround the rainwater collection pool, a common feature in Roman homes. Stepping further into the home, the main living quarters hold 3 more bedrooms. Another dining area, and 2 loft-style living spaces. The Romans would, interestingly enough, lay down while eating. That is why there aren't many chairs in the dining areas, as you might have noticed. Instead, I created simple couches for this purpose. The central garden brings nature indoors, a quiet sanctuary away from the town's busy streets. They would often add sculptures of deities that protected homes into these small gardens. I added another home with a small orchard, growing cherries I imagine, and another small park, and with that I was finally finished. This build turned out way bigger than I expected, but I had a lot of fun making it. The echoes of Roman life linger in the homes, the shops, and the winding streets. What do you think? If you lived in this town, where would you spend your time? Maybe at different stores? The bathhouse? Or maybe in the quiet farm? Thank you for joining me on this journey. Not quite into the world of ancient Rome, but close enough. If you enjoyed this build, please like, subscribe, and all that other shiny stuff. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And as always, links are in the description. Until next time, cheers!